This is a University of Otago podcast.
Hi everyone. Let's start lesson 17. In lesson 17, we will study about the Sunday rule for final T that we have studied from lesson 10 last semester. And then we will study more about the noun ending in re and the future tense. From lesson 17, we will revise from last semester. We have studied all of this. The Sunday rules for final T. So when the first words end in T, in the majority of cases, it remains the same if the following letter is unvoiced, and it changes to D if the following letter is voiced. You see from this chart, this is for your revision. T remain in this is unvoiced, but for the set C, ja, cha, change to T to C like this. And from in many rules here, we will divide one by one. See from this chart. So, when the following words begin with consonant set C, change T to C or J. And when the following word begin with Y, change T to Y or J. When the following words begin with S that, change T to C and change S that to CH. Let's see example. Lamat ja, change to Lamat ja, so T to C. Lamat jalam will be Lamat jalam, change T to J. Lamat shatram, change T to C and S that to CH. That is Lamat shatram, like this example. Now, rule number 2. When the following words begin with consonant set T dot, change T to T dot or D dot. And when the following words begin with N dot, we can change T to D dot or N dot, such as, let's see from this example. Lamat ta, so change T to T dot. Lamat ta. Lamat da, change T to D dot. Lamat da. Over here. Rule number 3. When the following words begin with a voiced consonant, change T to D. And when the following word begin with ng, can change T to ng or D. And the following word begin with N, change T to D or N. See from this example. Kaluhat nayati, so will be Kaluhan nayati. When the following word begin with ha, you can change T to D and change H to DH, such as Lamat hastaha. Change T to D and change H to DH, so will be Lamat dastaha. 4. When the following word begin with L, so you can change T to L, such as Lamat labate, Lamau labate. 5. When the following word begin with vowel, can change T to D. So avadat eva, change T to D will be avadat eva. So this is you can see from the chart over here. This is rule number 1, change T to C and J, and change to J or Y, and change S that to CH. Number 1. Number 2 is this, change T to T dot or D dot over here and over here. Number 2. And number 3, change to D over here and change D to T to D and H to DH, and change T to L over here. This is a chart, and no change in this area, that is unvoiced consonant. Now, this is the Sandhi Lu we have studied from lesson 10 last semester. Before we study the now in Ri, let's see this chart. The following chart shows the changes that vowel often undergo. These changes are called guna. Guna means property considered as the meaning of a class of words. And vriddhi, the increase or lengthening of vowels changes. Here you can see normal vowel, a, e, u, ri, ri. When you guna a, will be a. Guna a will be a. Guna e will be a. Guna u will be o. Guna ri will be al. Ri, al. And vriddhi, a to r. R to r. E to I. U to ao. Ri to ao. Ri to ao. So can be a, e, a, I. U, o, ao. Ri, ao. Ri, al. And corresponding semi-vowel, that is e to ya, u to v, and ri to r, as you have studied from the Sandhi Lu last semester. This is a chart you have to memorize in your mind before we study the Ri, now in Ri, and even though next lesson, in lesson 18, also we use the rule of guna and vriddhi. Now let's start to study nouns in Ri. The general tree is added to the gunated root from the verb gri, and gri, guna to gal, and plus tri. So we will gal tri, mean doer. Note that all nouns in tri are masculine. So you note over here, all nouns in tri are masculine, with the exception of those nouns of relationship which happen to be feminine, e.g., example, mother, or sister. You see from this chart, tri mean doer, can separate or divide to two groups. The first group is doer, the second group is relative. So doer can have, mainly is masculine, but some can be feminine but have to change some form. And relative, such as father, masculine, mother, feminine. Here, so you have divide to two groups, doer and relative. Gautru, doer in feminine, decline like nadi. So you have to change from gautri to gautri. So make it long e, feminine, and decline like nadi. And relative, in case of accusative plural feminine will be rees. We will see from the next chart. For relative, it is in this group, it is the noun, for example, for this group, it is father, pitru, mother, matru, and brother, pratru. But except for these three words, that is naptru, grandson, pautru, husband, swasru, sister, are declined like doer in the left hand side, this one. So note again, naptru, pautru, swasru will decline like doer, not relative. A little bit change in these two groups. And also grandson is feminine, pautru, grandson masculine, pautru masculine, but swasru feminine. So let's see from this chart. Now in Ri, here is the declension of for noun ending in Ri. These nouns are usually an agent of action or a relation, such as father, mother. So we can see from this stem, datru mean giver, come from root da, give. Swaslu, feminine, so sister. So it will be data, data rao, data raha, data ram, data rao, datrun, but swaslus ha, datra, datru piyam, datru pi, datre, datru piyam, datru piyaha, datuhu, datru piyam, datru piyaha, datuhu, datro, datrunam, datari, datroha, datrushu, datar, datarao, dataraha. And in this chart, we can divide into three groups as Rashan, Atman, or Naman. We have studied from last lesson, that is lesson 16. So in this one, the strong data over here, medium in blue, and weak in black. So this is the now in re, the first group, doer. And let's see the second group, relative. That is father, mother, and brother have a weaker form. So looking at the second syllable in the nominative, and vocative, dual, plural, and the accusative, singular and dual. You can see from this one, pitarau, pitaraha, pitaram, pitarau, pitarau, pitaraha, but pita here. So this is the declension decline for relative, a little bit different from the first group, this one. So this one is all in R, data, data, data. But this one is just this one, pita and pita, pita, pita. So these are two groups of three. So we can conclusion in these two groups that his character is doer. All are masculine, and naptru masculine, patru husband, but swasru sister feminine. All these decline in like first groups. And culture in feminine decline like nadi, kautri. But for relative, pitru masculine, father, matru feminine, mother, pratru masculine, brother. We have to decline like the second group in the second chart. In a few but frequently used dua compounds of pairs, such as mother and father, we have studied from last lesson 16 about the dua compound. In the iteratara compound dua, mother and father, we put it together and translate at end, mother and father. So the first word usually end in R, even though it's itru, matru, of pitru, but we've changed to R, that is mata, pita, and the nominative singular. We will nominative singular, you see from this one. Mata, pita, rao. Mata, pita, rao, mother and father. Pita, putrao, pita, putrao, father and son. So the future tense, we will study the future tense sometime. The present indicative may indicate the immediate future. For example, we have studied from last semester, lesson 1 to lesson 3. Kachami sometimes is translated as I go or am going. And sometimes we can translate as I will go. It is immediate future. But today we will study future tense, that is near future. More often the simple future is used. The future tense is used for any future action. It is formed by adding siya or isya to the strengthened root. So remember that S becomes S dot when immediately preceded by any vowel except A or R. So you can see from internal sandhi, page 142. So more roots are strengthened by adding guna chain to the vowel. So please, you can see from page 167, the standard active and middle ending are then added. Such as you have, the guna I show you from the last slides, that some verb have to strengthen by adding guna to it, and then put the siya or isya to the verb, and then put ending. Now let's see this one. Upagam will be upakamisyati. He will approach. Kamisyati. He will go. Kopsyati. He will protect. Jintayisyati or jintayisyate. He will think. Jesyati. This is, you can see from this example, E change to A, this is guna. G to A, to G to J. Jesyati, he will conquer. Draksyati, he will see. Nesyati, he will read. Patisyati, he will read. Draksyati, he will see. Pasyati, he will drink. Praksyati, he will ask. Bodhisyati, he will know. Bhavisyati, he will be. Mamsyate, he will think. Lamsyate, he will enjoy. Lapsyate, he will obtain. Vadisyati, he will speak. In this slide, you can notice two verb root that dris and pas come into root but the same meaning, that is see. He will see and he will see. And the same in future form, that is draksyati, but a little bit in the root, and other form can be different, but it come from the same meaning, see. Another one was vasyati, he will live. Sopisyate, he will shine. Sevisyate, he will serve. Sathasyati, he will stand. Samesyate, he will smile. Samarisyati, he will remember. Hasisyati, he will laugh. So you have to memorize, and notice over here that future tense show the meaning of near future, and present indicative that you have studied from last semester, that it can translate as immediate future, and in the part 2, in Sanskrit part 2 in lesson in the part 2, some lesson will show you the polyphrastic future, that is show you the remote future. It is 3 kinds of future you have to study. And also when you study from this one, this is show you the verb that is ending in T in active and ending in Te in middle. So it is the third person singular, and you have to decline all this verb like present indicative. I will show you the example, such as he will stay. You will write in stars yati, and if you want to change from he will stay to they will stay, they will stand. They will stand. So you have to change this one from satasyati to satasyanti. And also other such as I will stand. So it will be satasyami, like the ending of present indicative. That is, you have to memorize, and you have to change the ending of the future tense in the form of present indicative. So Now, let's see from the textbook. The vocabulary list, page 224. Kada mean when. Kauta, maker, doer from Kautri. Kautri, feminine, maker, doer. Gulam, family. Data, giver. Datri, giver in feminine. Pita, father. Prata, brother. Mata, mother. Swasa, sister. So this is a group of verb of noun in three. And the doer such as datru, data, kautru, kautra. And you have to practice exercise page 225, exercise of lesson 17, number 4. Translate the following sentence into English from A to J and take out Sandy in the form and tell the code, detail of every verse and submit to me the next Monday. And then if you have time, please practice exercise number 5. Translate the following sentence into Sanskrit from A to J. So we finish lesson 17 here and we study about the future tense now in 3. And then next lesson 18, you study more compound, another kind of compound that is Tabrusha. Thank you very much. See you next lesson.